Ever wondered how the wealthiest UFC fighters blow their fortunes? I'm hooked on spending cash in an unhealthy way, but I'm healthily obsessed with earning it, so that's all right. Conor McGregor flaunts his wealth with boats, timepieces, and spirits worth hundreds of millions. Khabib Nurmagomedov, by contrast, stays modest, picking family and religion instead of renown. I just want to earn huge wealth and then preach that riches are not all for this life. Next up is Brock Lesnar, who prefers buying acreage instead of luxury cars. You know what? I'm gonna make a solid attempt at this farming venture now that I've got some cash, And so, in this footage, we're checking out how the UFC's richest talents spend their millions beyond the octagon. Conor McGregor. We'll kick things off at the peak with none. He's not just the richest UFC fighter ever, but one of the wealthiest athletes in any combat sport worldwide. Coda, record boxing debut, record acting debut now? How do you do it, pal? I'm the top-earning UFC fighter ever. Keep those huge payments flowing, friend. Lord knows I deserve it. I'm sure. I know they sometimes speak of actors, method acting and all, but guys, yeah, I bet you've method acted
fortune from devastating left hands and trash talk that's
pay-per-views, though they certainly helped. The genuine game changer arrived in 2021 when McGregor divested his majority stake in proper number,
personally netting approximately $200 million before taxes.
That one business play elevated him from a successful fighter to a genuine business mogul. Damon, 60, yeah, while in Rome, while in New York, with all this cash, my workouts, and my shopping. My obsession with spending money is unhealthy, but my obsession with making it is healthy. Thus, it's perfectly fine. When you finally get your cash, splurge every penny of it. Squander it all until you're truly broke by the time of next bout. So you'll be just as hungry as you were prior to the first bout. Thus, I'm actively spending every last cent of those funds. Every last cent of it. Yes, McGregor's spending outlook is as fearless as this. Covers a broad property collection highlighting the Mac Mansion in Dublin, bought in 2019 for roughly around $2,500,000, fitted with a private gym, swimming pool, spa, and entertainment venue. He also holds an opulent villa in Marbella, Spain, situated near Cristiano Ronaldo's estate, showcasing a bespoke gym, outdoor pool, home spa, LED-lit driveway, wine cellar, and picturesque Mediterranean views. And let's not ignore his 12,000 square foot estate in Las Vegas, earlier offered for $2,999,500, complete with an infinity pool, marble jacuzzi, garden golf course, and game parlor. When it concerns vehicles, McGregor's assortment seems like a supercar enthusiast's wildest fantasy. His garage, estimated at about $3,200,000, contains a Rolls-Royce Phantom drop-head coupe, estimated at over $500,000, a Lamborghini Aventador Roadster selling for about $450,000 US, and various other luxury vehicles that he often displays on social media. But perhaps his most lavish acquisition is Lamborghini Technomar 63 yacht, known as the supercar of the sea, bought for roughly $3,600,000 US. And in 2025, McGregor displayed his roughly $50 million Embraer Lineage 1000 private jet, fitted with a lavish lounge, master bedroom, and opulent amenities. McGregor is also a keen watch enthusiast with a collection valued at over $3 million, including rare timepieces like the rose gold Patek Philippe Nautilus 59801R0Y1 and the Jacob & Company Astronomia Tourbillon Baguette, which cost over $1 million. Honor, in February 2013, we spoke for the first time. You did
that cost him endorsement deals with companies like Proximo Spirits, the notorious
persists in living up to his reputation with an exceptionally lavish way of life in combat sports history, Khabib Nurmagomedov. However, unlike McGregor's ostentation and showiness, Khabib Nurmagomedov possesses an estimated net worth of $40 million US, yet his life exemplifies modesty, self-control, and belief above all. The unbeaten Eagle, who ended his career with a flawless 29-0 record, is now nearly as renowned for what he saves his money on as what he spends. Wealth or renown? I believe notoriety could be more perilous. For me, it's simpler to manage wealth than fame. Regarding renown, it's extremely tough. It's much harder for me. It's challenging. As for wealth, all right, I might lose funds, and Khabib's main dwelling remains a humble multi-generational house in Makhachkala, Dagestan, frequently called unpretentious with simple features like small rooms, an old fridge, and mountain vistas. No accounts exist of grand mansions.
His car collection, valued at around $800,000 to $900,000 before 2024 tax-related seizures.
What was later recovered is practical and mid to high-end instead of ostentatious. It features a Toyota Land Cruiser J200, a Ferrari California T about $300,000, a Mercedes-Benz AMG GTS received for $161,000, and a BMW 7 Series valued at $101,000. No Lamborghini yachts and no private airplanes. In reality, Khabib flies commercial. There was even a 2025 event on Frontier Airlines concerning an exit row argument. He grew into an enormous megastar throughout the Muslim world. So, after defeating Conor McGregor, he embarked on this tour of all Muslim countries. He journeyed to Turkey, he traveled to Saudi Arabia, he journeyed to Abu Dhabi, he goes to Dubai, and they are showering him. He hadn't even made it back to his changing room after that fight when Putin was calling him, and Putin provided him and his father like $20 million of property all over Russia. Then he visited, Muslim regions where
Guerrilla FC into Eagle Fighting Championship with approximately $1
billion investments, extending its global presence. During 2025, he revealed a multi-billion-dollar collaboration with Multibank Group for digitized sports properties, encompassing proposals for 30 Khabib fitness centers. He has also introduced lines such as Fit Roo by Khabib Protein Snacks and pH Top by Khabib Bottled Water. Remarkably, Khabib demonstrates profound dedication to charitable giving. He has generated more than $100,000 repeatedly for Dustin Poirier's Good Fight Foundation, marketing combat apparel and gear to assist initiatives such as African water sources and homelessness relief. Here is an individual capable of affording every conceivable luxury. Georges St-Pierre, or GSP as he is fondly called, has amassed a net worth estimated at $20 million from a storied career where he dominated the welterweight class, holding a 26-2 record and championships in 2 divisions. However, what truly distinguishes GSP goes beyond his achievements in the cage. It's his notably careful method of handling money, rooted in his modest origins in Saint-Etudes du Québec. My initial action was paying off all my parents' debt, given they're the ones who supported me from the very beginning, you see. They looked after me as a child, so that's what I did first. And when my mother telephoned, GSP's strategy for spending his first $1 million demonstrates a masterclass in financial prudence. He settled his parents' obligations totaling around $50,000, procured them 2 sensible Japanese automobiles for about $40,000, acquired a functional Nissan Xterra SUV for himself at $20,000, assisted his sister in pursuing her master's degree for $10,000, and secured a condo for himself for $500,000 plus $100,000 in renovations. Yet, remarkably, he allocated $200,000 to global training expeditions, attending Muay Thai sessions in Thailand, Jiu-Jitsu in Brazil, further Jiu-Jitsu in New York, collaborating with acclaimed boxing instructor Freddie Roche in Los Angeles, and refining striking techniques in France. This self-investment, truly prioritizing development over ostentatious items, enabled GSP to uphold his championship standing for an extended period. Today, GSP's main domicile is reportedly a $4 million house in the Montreal area, comfortable yet notably unostentatious. His vehicle collection is equally understated, with his most prominent automobile being a Range Rover valued at approximately $100,000 to $150,000, which was stolen in 2013 but later recovered and upgraded through insurance. He possesses a deluxe stainless steel Rolex Daytona costing roughly $15,000 to $20,000 and partnered on a special E-Guard watch Kamai to Rush edition timepiece. GSP has branched into various business ventures, such as Warrior Supplements, Base Blocks home gym apparatus, and the Still Standing Strong apparel line, with funds aiding anti-bullying efforts. He has also ventured into acting, notably appearing in Marvel films including Captain America: The Winter Soldier and The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. However, his most significant passion project remains the Georges St-Pierre Foundation, actively combating bullying and fostering youth sports and physical activity in schools, with GSP donating 100% of its funds to these causes. Brock Lesnar, known as the Beast Knight, the Beast Incarnate, has accumulated an estimated net worth of $20 million via a career where he dominated not only the UFC as heavyweight champion, but also
$2.1 million. The property includes hundreds of
for farming, hunting, and full privacy, precisely what Lesnar seeks. Residents see him as fitting right in, sporting outdoor jackets at pubs and aiding with crops, even giving gym gear to the locale. I don't use my funds carelessly, I don't believe. Making property buys with my cash and securing my shares and bonds and acquiring plots and farming. So I was raised as a rural child, truly poor. Guess what? I'm gonna take a good shot at this agriculture pursuit now that I've got some cash, And prior to relocating to Canada, Lesnar held a 43-square-foot dwelling with a pond, heated barn, and offices. But it wasn't isolated enough for Lesnar. He sought complete remoteness, and Canada offered just that. His car collection, valued at about $200 and not $5,000, is ideal for his country way of life. It features a highly modified 1978 Dodge Power Wagon, valued about $26,000, with a Cummins engine and raised suspension, a bespoke Jeep Wrangler having 24 taller off-road tires and raised suspension, a Ram 1500 TRX with a 702 GP supercharged V8, a Cadillac Escalade valued around $88,000, and a Chevrolet Suburban Premier estimated $62,000. These aren't vehicles for showing off. They're useful machines made to cope with tough land and harsh Canadian winters. One of the most compelling aspects of Lesnar's spending is his perspective on travel. Reports suggest that Lesnar purportedly held a personal aircraft and employed a pilot who resided in his cellar, financed or assisted by WWE through his part-time agreements, as he utterly despises commercial travel in terminals. If he still possesses it is uncertain, however. It illustrates how Lesnar uses funds to eradicate the elements of famous existence he loathes rather than to display his riches. Tito Ortiz, the Huntington Beach bad boy and UFC Hall of Famer, has garnered an estimated net worth of $20 million via a legendary career which encompassed the UFC light heavyweight. I sold smut by night and trained through the day. I had my first fight back, stopped him. Guy Metzger stopped him, and then I went against Frank Schrammick for the world title. I lost to him in 1999. He then quit, and I fought down the list. Cannot be employed there 5 times, 5 successive global championships. Ortiz's property path illustrates the tale of an individual transitioning from lavish California living to secluded Florida life. His previous Huntington Beach coastal estate on Davenport Island, acquired in 2008 for $3,250 presented a Tuscan-themed masterpiece encompassing 3,187 square feet, featuring 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, a 50-foot private boat slip for his yacht, dedicated BBQ space, and magnificent harbor vistas. The residence went on market for $6
in November 2022.
He made roughly $750,000 in profit. He cited California politics and high taxes for his move to Florida, where rumors suggest he bought an $8 million luxury 6-bedroom mansion in Cape Coral, but this is still unconfirmed. Ortiz's vehicle assortment, worth about $434,000, shows his liking for opulence and standing. This contains a Rolls-Royce Phantom, costing around $300,000 to $450,000. His costliest and flashiest ride, a Cadillac Escalade ESV valued at approx $56,000 to $100,000, a roomy family SUV, plus earlier mentions of a Porsche Panamera and an $80,000 Lincoln Stretch limo. On the water, Ortiz used a 38-foot fountain powerboat with triple 275 GP engines for tuna and sea bass, catching fish near. Comprising his Punishment Athletics MMA equipment and apparel line, the former Punishment Training Center gym in Huntington Beach, and Tito's Cantina Tequila Bar and Grill
in Cape Coral, Florida, and to Auto Group, an auto remarketing and auction business.
Fedor Emelianenko, widely considered the last emperor and arguably the best heavyweight ever with a 47-fight record, has amassed an estimated $18 million net worth from historic careers in Pride, Strikeforce, M1 Global, Reason, and Bellator. However, what truly makes Fedor remarkable isn't his achievements inside the ring. It's the deep influence his Orthodox Christian faith and modest background have had on his view of wealth. Fedor resides in a simple dwelling in his native Stary Oskol, Russia, a minor mining community numbering around 220,000 inhabitants. Local residents portray him as the humblest individual they recognize, a person who fits effortlessly into daily existence despite worldwide renown. A significant investment is a bespoke log home in the Russian countryside, said to exceed $1 million for construction, with rugged elements fitting his understated tastes. He trains at community venues such as the Alexander Nevsky Gym in Stary Oskol, instead of constructing an intricate private training complex. His automotive selections are similarly modest. During the early 2000s, at the peak of his renown, Fedor was seen operating a gray metallic Lada 110, a typical inexpensive Russian automobile valued around $10,000 then, representing his common man identity even while he was defeating adversaries in Pride. This stands in sharp opposition to his brother Alexander's flamboyant gold Mercedes. The combined worth of Fedor's vehicle fleet probably totals less than $100,000. He emphasizes dependability above prestige, with infrequent endorsements such as a Mercedes-Benz advertisement proving the rarity instead of the norm. Fedor's attire and accessories appear similarly modest. He favors basic, practical timepieces, not expensive Rolex assortments or bespoke partnerships.
Provide stable income while allowing him to influence sports policy, but perhaps
significantly, Fedor operates as an unheralded giver via the Fedor Emelianenko Foundation, co-founded with his wife, Oksana. He aids children's hospitals, orphanages, and soldiers' bereaved families. He backs youth athletics and anti-bullying efforts, frequently contributing combat income privately, sans any public display. During interviews, he has declared his fighting is to honor the Christian faith and the Lord God, Jesus Christ, a belief shaping all facets of his financial conduct. Fedor Emelianenko's narrative, by his pledges, demonstrates that genuine affluence isn't about mere acquisition. It involves purpose.
The axe murderer, Wanderlei Silva, has carved out an estimated net worth of $18 million.
An iconic career where he dominated Pride fighting titles as middleweight. Prior to his UFC transition, he reportedly earned $9,700,000 in his time, Dana White said in 2014. Recording 35 losses and 14 wins, Silva retired in 2018, facing health issues such as chronic traumatic encephalopathy symptoms diagnosed that year. Notwithstanding his fearsome fighting style, Silva's financial habits remain surprisingly disciplined and family-focused. His real estate collection leans toward investment, not being ostentatious. He acquired a modest 3-bed, 3-bath residence in Las Vegas
and has maintained multiple properties in Brazil and Las Vegas that generate rental income and have appreciated significantly from 2005-20 to 20.
Lately, former UFC fighter Wanderlei Silva
luxurious villa in Curitiba, his hometown, after
coming back from his US period, making room for family and workouts using his notable superior qualities, though keeping specifics private. Silva's vehicle assortment reveals his zeal for powerful autos, yet stays humble next to his counterparts. His assortment, valued beneath $1 million altogether, features a Lamborghini Gallardo valued at $185,195, with a 5.2 LV10 yielding 543 GP and able to reach 60 miles per hour in 3.2 seconds with a peak speed of 199 miles per hour. His most striking auto, a BMW 750 Leisha with a twin-turbo V8 generating 445 GP and a black exterior shown in his YouTube footage, an Aston Martin V8 Vantage, a potent British coupe, and former references to a Porsche Panamera tied to a 2014 DUI occurrence. Silva's actual placement of his assets resides in forging an enduring heritage by means of commerce. He launched Wand Fight Team facilities in Las Vegas, which earned the Best MMA Gym title from Fighters Only magazine in 2010, accruing income from memberships and guiding both professional and amateur combatants. He has furthermore funded Brazilian property, dermal care items, and equity trading, brought and subsequent reduced yet continuing CTE issues. Silva's sound financial management sidestepped the bankruptcy that burdened many peers. His 2024 entry to the UFC Hall of Fame has increased his enduring income via appearances and endorsements. Ronda Rousey, the inaugural woman in the UFC and past women's bantamweight champion, has accumulated an estimated net worth of $14 million.
Wealth stems from over $15 million in UFC
Lifetime income, comprising PPV rewards, a profitable WWE agreement worth $1.5 million to $2.1 million yearly at maximum, sponsorships from companies such as Reebok, Monster Energy, Nike, and Fanatics, film appearances in movies such
I don't care about how this pay-per-view does. I don't care how much money I make. I don't care about interviews, and
My looks don't matter. All I'm focused on is winning my belt back Friday night, and that's all.
is her journey from literally living in her 2005 Honda.
Since the 2008 Olympics, she grew into a globally recognized athlete. Fully retired from both MMA and WWE, she's now directing efforts towards a whole new empire, self-sufficient agriculture and kin. Her main home now is Browsey Acres, growing from 2.4 acres in Riverside, California, to almost 4,000 acres by the year 2025. This self-sufficient property boasts solar energy, rainwater harvesting systems, and regenerative farming methods, yielding superior Wagyu beef and corn and soy-free fowl. Worth millions, it's portrayed as a resilient ranch house that emits warmth and functions as the heart of family life, where they collect their own sustenance, even their Thanksgiving turkey. She additionally possesses a Venice Beach bungalow in Los Angeles, acquired in 2014 for $1,400,000. This inviting two-bedroom, one-bathroom dwelling close to the boardwalk was put up for sale in 2024 for about $1,900,000, indicating a possible gain from her initial post-UFC outlay. Furthermore, she possessed a 4.5-acre Mountain Peak holiday residence in Running Springs, procured in 2018 for $765,000 and offloaded in 2024 for roughly $1 million, earning a return of close to $235,000. Her vehicle assortment, estimated at roughly $270,000 in total, a powerful SUV, a Chevrolet Suburban, a capacious vehicle for ranch needs, and her renowned 2005 Honda Accord LX, which she divested in 2015 for about $21,000, the vehicle that had been her home. Her commercial endeavors now focus on from prior endorsements and acting royalties, and recently put out a 2025 graphic novel titled Expecting the Unexpected. Rousey shows profound dedication to charity, aiding mental health through Didi Hirsch, hunger relief via free rice, and Make-A-Wish, also uplifting women and youth by her platform and example. From car-dwelling Olympian to UFC pioneer to eco-friendly rancher, Ronda Rousey's path shows that real strength rests not in what you earn, but in how thoughtfully you forge a life that truly matters. Anderson Silva, the Spider, Anderson Silva, broadly seen as the top mixed martial artist ever, has built an approximate net worth of $14 million from an iconic career that involved keeping the UFC middleweight belt for a record 2,557 days, with 16 consecutive victories. His fortune derives from UFC fight earnings exceeding $30 million in guarantees and PPV bonuses, with highs such as $4,200,000 for UFC 200 against Daniel Cormier, along with endorsements from Burger King, Nike, Reba, Corinthians, and Hubla, acting parts, and post-retirement boxing shows, such as his 2022 match with Jake Paul. Despite his power and worldwide renown, Silva upholds a rather modest, family-oriented lifestyle, stemming from his humble origins in Curitiba, Brazil, where he worked at McDonald's and as a file clerk prior to gaining MMA fame. Now an American citizen since 2016, Silva divides his time between Brazil and California, favoring family privacy above ostentation. His most notable estate was his prior Palos Verdes Estates mansion in California, acquired in 2011 for $1,760,000. This ocean view modern residence in Upper Lunata Bay, underwent extensive renovation in 2015, becoming a 7-guest, 100-square-foot marvel, boasting 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms.
Silva is a genuine car enthusiast with a collection valued in the high 6 figures.
Prominent automobiles feature a Bentley Continental GT, given by UFC boss
White and Lorenzo Fertitta, an ultra.
A premium Grand Tour valued at around $200,000 plus, a Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG, the well-known Gullwing supercar, also priced near $200,000 US dollars, showcased in rally drives and photo sessions, and a Chevrolet Camaro SS muscle car for daily thrills. He also took part in upscale auto rallies, such as Mercedes gatherings winding through California. Bespoke exclusive timepieces valued at roughly $30,000 apiece, with just 100 manufactured. He also partnered with Meister to create a black and yellow Killer B model timepiece, featuring luminous dials, fusing his combat image with enduring elegance. Following retirement, Silva has branched out into various businesses such as Spider Kick, his clothing, coffee and wellness label, gym facilities, and the Taste of Victory eatery showcasing Brazilian fare, plus acting parts in movies, including the Hong Kong movie Invincible Dragon. Despite facing difficulties such as performance-enhancing drug bans in 2014, 2015, crippling injuries, for instance his 2013 leg fracture, and CTE indications identified in earnings from public showings and deals? Alistair Overeem. Alistair Overeem, nicknamed Demolition Man or Reem, boasting a $10 million net worth from an iconic career encompassing Pride, Strikeforce, Dream, K1 World Grand Prix 2010 victory, and the UFC.
$9.9 million, with peaks of $860,000.
Bout earnings. The Dutch heavyweight called it quits in July 2023 following a 47-19 MMA record and kickboxing triumphs, signifying the close of an impressive 24-year career. Despite his fearsome renown and high income, Overeem keeps a relatively private, disciplined lifestyle, shaped by his Dutch roots and former disputes like a 2012 PED suspension. He shuns extreme extravagance. No luxury boats, no personal jets, no betting scandals, focusing instead on wellness, family, and shrewd investments post-retirement. Overeem's real estate prioritizes training facilities and family comfort. He keeps a residence in Amsterdam, Netherlands, remaining connected to his training homeland and family ties, and possesses an opulent house in Miami, Florida, boasting a swimming pool, game room, and gym. Ideal for warm weather training, valued in the millions, reflecting his Black Zillions training camp era commencing in 2012. He also possesses further real estate assets in the US and Netherlands for passive income, alongside co-ownership or affiliation with gyms from his past Golden Glory ties. Overeem's true indulgence is his car collection, high-end, powerful vehicles he displays on social media, valued at approximately $1 million plus. His prized possession is a Rolls-Royce Ghost Series 2 worth approximately $350,000 US dollars, an ultra-luxury sedan, and his costliest, most displayed acquisition. The collection also comprises a Maserati Quattroporte worth approx $150,000, an Italian luxury sports sedan, and an Audi Q7 S-Line, a sturdy luxury SUV famously involved in a 2013 incident where Overeem guarded it. His collection emphasizes Audis and Rolls-Royces for status
disputes, including a 2011
Golden Glory contract dispute. His leaving protects his riches and health for a sustained period. Alistair Overeem's saga shows that even the fiercest of all fighters can be clever using finances, investing in estates, indulging carefully in car enthusiasm, and building a family-oriented life which favors legacy over impulsivity. Grateful you